Today we're talking about our bucket list.
I want to buy a sailboat. A boat that you sail.
I want to complete an Ironman.
I want to learn how to play the saxophone.
Did you not play saxophone on the garlic bread song? I've got footage.
Believe it or not,
you went for it as well. You look like you really knew what you were doing.
Right, because I'm good at blowing stuff, Josh. I would love to go on tour with a band.
Take my family, so my sister, my mum and dad, and obviously my family, on an all expenses paid trip to America and Disneyland.
I fully. That sounds like a waking nightmare to me. I cannot think of anything worse.
Oh no! This podcast's a mess.
The wind it's just descended into chaos. We're doing so well. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Josh.
And welcome back to the Breaking Bread podcast, where we don't tell you to download Raid Shadow Legends. We don't try and sell you ball shavers. We don't ask you to purchase our proprietary blend of branched chain amino acids that don't work. But what we do ask is that you endure 1 hour of poorly planned conversation on a weekly basis. How you doing, comrade?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Took me a lot. I was thinking about that in the car. It took me a little effort to remember it.
I like that.
I don't want to ask you how you are because I've seen you far too much over the past few weeks.
Yeah, we had a bit of time away from each other. We had the weekend away from each other.
That was it, though. That was just a weekend.
Nice. It were a nice 4 days away from you, and then we were back at it yesterday, weren't we? On the secret stuff.
Yeah, indeed. But you're doing all right other than that?
I'm all right,
How's
mate.
the family?
They're good. I ain't seen them for a while because I've been working every single day that is in this month. But I went to see, went and filmed with our mate, your mate. So this is a bit of inside knowledge for you, which other people can vouch for. Adam will deny. I went and filmed Ant Middleton's podcast this weekend, and then I saw Adam last night, and he got this for the first time I'd seen him since the weekend. Don't you be pulling faces?
I don't know.
And he's like, "How's your mate Ant Middleton? How's Ant? How's your little new mate Ant?" And you were like a jealous girlfriend.
Yeah, that's definitely it. Yeah. You've obviously got a type, haven't you? You're just attracted to small men by your own admission.
Small hairy men,
yeah,
that stink as well. He farted. He did same as you. He farted in the studio down there, yeah, and it was grim, mate. I thought you were there. I'm like, why does it keep following me around?
It's a sign of good intestinal health, I think.
Mate, he's up there in the celebrity world. I reckon they'll clip that and put it in the Sun newspaper or the Daily Mail. Ant Middleton farted in a podcast.
We don't mention those publications on this podcast.
How are you, mate? How are you? Oh, we should mention actually we're drinking Starbucks today. I forgot to go in. These are props. Like, you know what's inside that? Imperial mints to hold it down. Yeah, we're drinking Starbucks because I didn't have a chance to go get some more coffee from our coffee distributor.
Are we all out?
We're all out.
We sold out.
But yeah, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm a little bit tired, but there's nothing unusual about that. I'm all right. Ready to get stuck into this week's...
Is that a different wool jumper than the one you mentioned last time?
Yeah, this is a hoodie. I don't like this quite as much, but I'm actually wearing a normal sweater underneath here, but it's ludicrously cold today.
Yeah.
Either that or I'm just dying, I don't know. But
hopefully the second. But anyway, should we start off like we normally do with the YouTube comment? Roll the jingle.
It's time for a YouTube comment from you. So this week's YouTube comment is from Karen Hepner and says, absolutely enjoyed the hell out of this episode. Got to give Josh a bit of grief though for not being a real team player. You can't make Beard take all the hard hits and expect him to let you beat him in an arm wrestle again. This was on the Bugs and Insects episode.
I know, I'm pulling my fucking weight here, aren't I? Like all the shit befalls me.
Come on, Karen.
Eating water bugs and whatnot. Losing on purpose at arm wrestling just so he doesn't cry and have a hissy fit. It's not easy being me.
Imagine how much we struggling for content that Adam thought he'll spend 120 quid on insects. I didn't know that were happening. I ate some bugs, man. Like that wasn't my day at work that I had planned. I had meetings afternoon. I was picking crickets out of my teeth. You know,
I felt a bit unwell after that. You know, I didn't feel quite right.
Somebody commented on Twitter and put like something along the lines of, "You idiots! You didn't pull out like some hairs off the back of the tarantula's back. That's like
we're just going raw, man.
I'm like,
we're not. What do you think I was going to cook it? Put a little bit of fucking I don't know bechamel sauce on top. Like it's supposed to taste bad.
Like the Randy would be like, bechamel, because that's what he were all about, wasn't it? The bechamel sauce on the chicken or whatever it was.
Well, he loves a Parmo, doesn't he, Randy?
Parmo, yeah.
Yeah.
Parmo tarantula. Yeah, man. Well, unlucky for us, beard didn't snuff it, so whatever hairs were on the back of it.
You'll fucking rue the day, you know. Like you're gonna regret. What if I just you try to call me tomorrow? I don't answer normally, but if I don't answer, it's because I'm dead. You would regret it.
I wouldn't. I'll stand by my words.
This is George. all right.
No, I don't. I wish no harm on you, mate.
We've got a Patreon comment as well this week from Daniel Hunt.
Oh, this is fun.
Not a bloody chance. Great episode. Josh had me in bits with the old palate cleanser.
What was the not a bloody chance part 2? Was that in response to something?
I guess eating the. I put the picture on saying like who would eat the tarantula on Patreon
right.
before it went out, or after it went out. So yeah,
cheers, mate.
I don't. You know what? We keep getting these comments where people quote me on either YouTube or Patreon. I don't remember at all. I don't remember saying that line.
It's hard to recall things. Well, we do talk for like an hour.
That was when you were eating the really little ones, and you're like, oh yeah, I might have that as a palate cleanser. Like,
because we were using the sesame crickets in between us.
Sesame coconut crickets. Those were all right, actually.
They were all right. Even Brian Lacey came in and did Octagon's show, and he tried a few. He was
did he?
They're actually quite nice. Yeah. He wanted to get involved.
Nice.
We've got some more if you fancy some in between the episodes.
I'm all right, man. I just hid them actually, so you can't spontaneously get me to eat some.
George, what's next on the agenda then?
So we've had a few comments saying about us swearing. It's pretty bad.
Right. No, you are right.
Some people like it and some people don't.
We do it too much, though. Because I think it's all right to swear. You do mark these as explicit podcasts.
Yeah.
But I think because we are too familiar with each other and because we are northern, we do have a habit of like I don't commonly swear too much, apart from when I'm in your company. It's the Navy thing rubbing off.
I know. I don't notice that I do it either. Like I just get excited. I
was listening back to I think George sent me a link to one of the podcasts, right? And I don't always get a chance to proof listen to them. But I think there was a point where I swore to use the F word twice in one sentence, and it was like a 10 word sentence. There's no need to swear.
Is that when
twice.
you were going to 2-foot the sideman?
Probably, yeah.
That was bad.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say that I'm not gonna swear once in this whole podcast.
Wow.
And if I do, you can dream up some kind of not eating a bug, right? But like if I swear once, I'll do something.
I think we should put that buzzer in the middle of the table, and if someone swears,
this one.
Let's give it a hit.
Right. Okay.
Keep a tally.
It's got an odd look to it, that buzzer. Yeah. Cool. I'll do. What shall I do? Give like 100 quid to charity or something.
What, for every swear?
Not every.
No. If I swear, I said I won't swear. I said I won't swear. No, but to make give it some dread.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So I said if I swear once, you can hit that and that's it, right? I'm not. If I swear once, I'm probably just going to keep going. You know what I mean? But like,
yeah. Okay.
If I swear once, I'll give 100 quid to charity. What do you reckon?
Okay.
All right.
I don't really. I'm all for charity, right? But I don't know if I want to match that because I'll definitely lose.
You don't have to. You can choose the charity because I remember when you did. Yeah, you wouldn't eat the bug the first time.
Yes, I gave £100 to the Stroke Association.
Yeah, so you can tell me. You have to think about it, mull it over.
All right.
And you can tell me what charity to donate to.
Okay, that sounds like
not Get Your Media PLC.
PLC. Why is it an American company?
Public limited companies exist.
Yeah, but in it. Just LTD, PLC like an American thing?
No.
Is it not?
No, you can use PLC.
I shouldn't argue with the ex-banker.
That's a valid suffix to a business name.
What's next, Georgie boy?
So Rate My Takeaway recently put out his Christmas video.
Red and white Christmas. We've got through to the knockout stages. We've probably been kicked out by the time this goes out, right?
Well, Senegal is as it stands. The Wales game was last night, right? When we recording this,
we're good though, wasn't it? I was buzzing for Rashford.
Awful.
I was buzzing for Rashford. Like I hadn't paid much attention to any of the football, but the fact that he slotted in like 2 or 3 goals last night, I was like, yes, because the amount of shit he got in Euros. Remember, like that.
Yeah.
As soon as he scored them 2, that free kick, I was like, fucking yes, get him, mate.
Yeah, I mean, but the first half was absolutely, man, it was like watching a Rate My Takeaway video.
Sorry, Danny.
I'm only joking, Danny. The first half was fucking appalling. Like, I've seen a lot.
Yes! Yes!
How long did it, George, when you do the...
That did not take long.
You didn't even notice it. Yes!
I lasted a grand total of what about? I last longer when I'm on top of Lynn's riding around on a Friday night, once every 2 months.
Oh my god, that was perfect.
Probably get rid of this now, can't we?
Yeah, well, let's move that. I'm
gonna
nice
try it.
idea, mate.
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna try not to swear, but it was that bad though. It was so negative, so boring the first half. But yeah, I like Rashford. I think he's a quality player. You know.
Yeah, it was good. I think I only watched the second half, to be fair, which is, I guess, lucky for me. But I was buzzing when he scored.
I kept they scored the first goal and I missed that because I was in the kitchen, and then I was like, all right, sick. Went upstairs. I could hear, wow, scored again. I missed the second goal as well. Like, I missed every goal.
To be fair, they were both squeakers though. The first one, the keeper shouldn't have, he tried to go the wall side, which is what a keeper should never do, that free kick. And the second one, I don't want to say he should have saved it, but he was very lucky for it to go in. But I mean, you don't shoot, you don't score.
Absolutely. What were we talking about though? Rate My Takeaways videos come out, yeah.
Yeah.
So the self-shot it.
Is it?
He didn't meet his own deadline, because when he told me it was the Monday, and I'm pretty sure it got released on like a Thursday or Friday.
Don't make the texting nan joke. I'm just looking to see if it's available on iTunes. Is iTunes even still a thing? Can you
Apple Music now, isn't it? Is it Apple Music? Yeah.
No, the iTunes store still exists.
All right, yeah, it is available, and his charity is the Trussell Trust.
Oh, the same one that Lad Baby did.
Is that the same one? Is it?
It's the food bank.
It's
thing.
like a food bank, yeah. I think he does it for a couple of charities. So by all means, if you want to support and see if you can enjoy the rapid of Danny.
It's not supposed to be good. Like I'm the first person to say, like, when I've done the songs, I'm like, yeah, it's shit. That's not the point. The point is you're supposed to give people a laugh, and if you can raise a bit of money for a good cause.
I think it fits the bracket of like a Christmas track perfectly because of the what it actually is. It's him attempting to rap. It is catchy though.
It's like
it reminds me of what was it called?
Craig David from Bo Selector.
Nah, MC Devo, mate. You kick your fucking pigeon, man. That's what he said.
Have a can of Castro, and the next lyric was actually about domestic abuse. So I'm not going to condone that, but like I know what you mean. It was all pastiche, right? He wasn't actually suggesting you should beat people up, but it was mocking that kind of.
Do you know
culture.
that MC Devo actually was a teacher?
He got sacked, didn't he?
How mad's that? Do you remember watching it?
Yeah. He was a teacher.
So he also produced that show like BBC Three, wasn't it?
Right.
Where he was like this like chav running around doing whatever.
Yeah. Kicking dead pigeons.
Are you buying it?
There you go, Danny. If you're watching, this is me. Jesus Christ, this can be on my phone now.
Yeah, every time you get in your car, it's going to play.
In the car, it's going to play.
Oh, mine plays his garlic bread and chicken wings, mate. It does me head in.
Mine's, there we go. I purchased it for you, Daniel. His name's
sense.
not actually Danny, is it?
Yeah, because like your name's Beard and then middle name's Meats. Meat, and then last name Food. What were we talking about?
I don't know. Danny's video.
Oh, Devo was a teacher.
Devo, yeah.
So he made it on like BBC Three back in the day. Then he became a teacher. I think he taught for 10 years or something.
Taught.
I didn't go to school. And then he got kicked out of being a teacher. He got sacked because they're like, oh, you Devo? And he's like, yes, mate. Kick a pigeon, you fucking wankers. Next on the list, on my list of notes that George...
We could get Devo on. He's well past it now, isn't he? We could get probably Devo on the show.
You know what would be right weird though? It'd be a bit like doing Keith Lemon, wouldn't it? Keith Lemon's a character, Devo's a character. So if we've got the person that plays it...
Oh yeah, I don't want him to do
just
Devo.
Like,
I want him to just like...
I want him to do Devo.
Well, yeah, he'd probably do that for a bit, but then...
You fucking bearded dickhead. Get out of the studio. I could do it.
I'd love to get that Simon Brodkin on. Is it Brodkin?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's class.
Him that I showed you that does the Jason Bent, the football player.
Oh yeah, the guy that threw the money at Sepp Blatter.
Yeah.
What's his? That's not the character's name though. What's the other character's? He does.
He's called Simon Brodkin, the comedian.
Yeah,
but then it's Jason Bent is like the first character. Then he does.
He did that show. It was like Lee Summit. I can't remember.
Okay, well, while you're thinking, I'm gonna Google that while you're moving on to whatever the fuck else we're talking about. I've done it. I'm glad I caveated it by saying I would give £100.
It's a good job,
for
innit?
one swear. Yeah.
All right.
Lee Nelson was
Lee
the character.
Nelson, yeah, belter. Yeah.
He's 45. Looks good for 45, doesn't he?
Mate, he's got a right rig on him. He's like proper shredded.
Well, I wasn't looking at his body.
No, like he's jacked.
Is he?
Yeah. Because he did in lockdown. He did like jokes of who was it that did the PE class on a morning? Joe Wicks. He did like a Joe Wicks
the body
parody.
coach.
Yeah.
My sister loves him. Don't know why.
Adam, have you got any eating trips coming up before Christmas?
I'm glad you asked, George. I don't actually have any coming up before Christmas. I'm pretty much. I don't want to say I'm on the wind down because I'm not. But I've just booked I'm going. I've not decided where I'm going to end up. I'm flying into Atlanta in very early January, but I'm going to drive up. I think to either Tennessee, Kentucky, or I might go west to Alabama. Not decided yet. Or what I'm thinking is I might camp out around Chattanooga, which is the lower part of Tennessee. Because Tennessee's a weird state. It's kind of like a long strip.
Right.
But that makes me equidistant between like a few states. And, I was saying like I'd quite like to, for reasons unknown, I don't really know but why, but like it'd be cool to have done a food challenge in every state.
Yeah.
And that gets me, that'll be like Tennessee, Kentucky's just above, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina. I could travel conceivably within a day to all of those. But yeah, I'm going to go there to shoot the first series of 2023, but nothing before Christmas other than I'm going to do a talk at a school. Have I told you guys this? Yeah. What do you mean, you?
You.
Why?
I'm going to obviously be on my best
You've
behaviour.
had teachers coming in like, who's that little hairy kid over there? Oh, it's Adam's coming to do a talk.
I'll fucking 2 foot you.
Yeah. How are you going to not swear?
Well, Lindsay said to me, she said, I thought her reaction was going to be like, oh, that's really nice of you to do that, But her reaction was not that. Her reaction was like, ooh. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, well, like if one of these kids gives you grief or like takes the piss, what's your reaction going to be? And I said, well, yeah, actually, I've not really thought about that. I'll probably end up like throwing my shoe at him or something. So but I thought, well, you know what I thought? I thought, it's, Christmas is coming up. The kids will be getting ready to sack off school, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm doing it on the 12th or 13th. And, that time, I thought it might be fun for them to just see, not that I think they'll probably like me, they'll be in there like Minecraft or Sidemen or all that shit, right? But I thought I think it'd be a neat thing for me to do, right? Just to go down there and just, because the teacher wants me to explain to him basically like about how I think more about like making a career out of like the digital space more than just come and talk to me about eating food.
Yeah.
That's not what it's going to be. But I just thought it'd be like a nice thing to do, right? And I thought,
How long's the talk?
I don't know. I've not written it or anything yet.
All right.
I'm not going to do a PowerPoint or anything. I'm just going to go in there, freestyle it, be like, yo, listen up, kids.
I'd get a PowerPoint ready or something.
Nah, you're joking. I don't use PowerPoint. I don't even have
Walk in
PowerPoint.
like, hello, fellow kids.
Yeah. You are that guy, aren't you? When you see like a 6-year-old with same Vans on as you, same size, you're like, this
Steve
is weird.
Buscemi, yeah. I don't know how I'm going to dress. They probably have a dress code or something. It might be I don't even know what the type of school it is. Might be a private school.
It's just gonna be an
Anyway,
absolute mess,
I'm just
isn't
going to
it?
go and I thought it'd be a nice thing to do. I don't know. Let me
Josh, go and
let me
film
know in
it.
the comments.
Go
I can't. I'm not going to film it. I'll swear.
They probably need to CRB check me, don't they, first? I would
yeah.
hope so anyway. I don't want to just turn up and be like,
I think
yeah,
you're
cool.
allowed in without CRB check. I think you've got to be like a company. I would imagine
You'd
you have
hope
to
so,
like
wouldn't you?
chaperoned.
Anyway, but that's what I'm doing that in the week before Christmas. I think somewhere down, I don't even know where it is. It's commutable distance.
My wife's a teacher, and I say to her often, I'm like, do you need me to help you with all at school? Because she helps with, she just sorts out some training. She's a teacher, but she also trains the other teachers. And I'm like, do you want me to help you? Want me to film some stuff? She's like, absolutely not. You're not coming into this school. Like, you'll just
With a
swear.
camera as well.
Yeah, you'll swear. You'll make me look bad. I'm like,
I mean,
fair
kids,
cop.
kids swear a lot. It's
Yeah,
nothing
they
I haven't
do.
heard before, right? But I'm looking forward to it.
I think you'll do all right, mate. It's just out of character for you to do something like
I
that.
just thought it was like I wanted to do something nice, man. Like, is there anything wrong with that?
No, mate, there isn't. Well done, you.
I'm probably gonna get. They'll be throwing shit at me, won't they? What if it's like a really rough school, like the school I went to? They'll be like throwing pencil sharpeners at me and staplers, all kinds of stuff.
Good luck.
So it'll be an experience.
What's next, George? We have got a main topic for this podcast,
Yeah,
by the way,
yeah.
for those that are listening.
Yeah. So, Adam, you've got a video to show us, haven't you?
I just circumstantially came across it this morning, actually, George, and I said, hey, George, do you think we should mention this on the podcast? Because, it'll waste some time. And you said, yeah, mate.
I just want to, what's the word? Suffix? I don't know.
Preface?
Preface this by saying, if I would have brought this up on the podcast, you'd have gone, fuck off, I ain't talking about that shit.
You're right, because it is celebrity. Is it even celebrity boxing?
No,
What the fuck is it?
YouTube boxing.
Yeah, it's related to that. But is he a friend of the show? Paddy, he's probably not, is he? Because he won't come on.
No, he's not a friend.
But I don't think it's because I don't think it's because like he wouldn't come on. I think it's because he's like tied up by the whole barstool thing, right?
Yeah, I imagine it. He's a busy guy, isn't he?
Yeah, but anyway, the reason I thought we'd share it is apparently Jake Paul, friend of the show, Jake Paul, he put up something. I think Paddy the Baddy we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
who had said he had basically said that Jake Paul's fights are fake. So Jake Paul got mad about that. He doesn't do the water under the bridge kind of thing. He was fuck you, Paddy, let's have a fight. And his was like a 4-minute video asking him for a fight, and then Paddy just said,
challenge accepted. We're not coming to Puerto Rico when I'm fighting next Saturday. If you wanna come and spar, get the PI next week. As I say, I fight Saturday, I'll chill Sunday, and I'll beat you up Monday. Offers there.
Paddy struggled with Puerto Rico a little bit there, but the message I did find, I like it. He's got like my attitude towards content creation. No, all killer, no filler. Just get straight in there, no fucking around. Challenge accepted. And I would pay good money to see that. I'd pay £100 to see Paddy absolutely splatter Jake Paul. I would love that.
I wonder if he won't do it. I mean,
Jake Paul won't do it because he'll get smashed, won't he, man?
Especially like if he's in his peak. So long as Paddy wins, maybe like Jake will watch the fight on the Saturday night and be like, "Oh, Paddy's been splattered." He's like on Twitter, "Yeah, come on, I'll see you Monday, lad." Paddy's arms like hanging off.
Surely not.
There's no way they'd do that fight anyway. Like Jake only fights retired people. Like he won't fight Paddy in his prime.
Well, they couldn't make the fight. Like they couldn't make the fight because he's under contract with the UFC. But like, if he wants to go sparring, if then they release that sparring footage,
like that Charlie Zelenoff guy. Did you ever see it? There was this dude on YouTube years ago. Apparently, who used to like claim he was the best boxer ever, but he didn't professionally box. But he just used to go around beating up old men in boxing gyms. And then he got in the ring with who's that guy that fought Deontay Wilder? Him.
Oh yeah.
Just sparring. Right? I think Deontay Wilder just smacked him. He just ran out of the ring. He caught him with like one punch.
Yeah.
And he ran off. So yeah. Anyway, it's becoming like a regular segment that we talk about something we hate, which is YouTube boxing, right? That's not even really YouTube boxing, is it?
Although, not to give too much, we were out and about the other day, weren't we? Were it yesterday? It was yesterday.
It's all blended into one.
And he said to me, George, he's like, I could have you, I could have you in a fight.
I didn't say that at all.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't. I just went.
We're in a car park, by the way. Like, this footage will be released soon enough, but we're in a car park.
Did
and he's like,
filmed it?
Yeah, so it's all filmed. So, what did you say? Let's have your side of the story.
I didn't actually say that. What I said, we were outside the car and it was a bit cold and we were just kind of chilling, waiting for somebody to set up some filming. And you were stood there, so I just kind of did a little bit of shadow boxing, just kind of went, yeah. And then you got a bit wound up. So then you started grappling.
No, I didn't.
You said you beat me in a fight because you've got better reach than me. I said we'd have to be striking because I don't know jiu-jitsu, but I don't have the dark arts. And then I think I shit him up a little bit because I knocked his hand out of the way, and then I went as if I was going to knock his jaw clean off. And then I was really surprised though, George. You know what he did? He picked me up, and he actually had the strength to pick me up.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, I only weigh like 150, $150, but like he did it. So he was gassed afterwards.
This is my side of the story. So he stood there, right, in this car park, and he's like, and I'm like, I'll fuck you up, man. Honestly, you've got no idea. I said, I'll piece you up. I said, just look. So then I got into like a boxing stance, and I put my arm out for a jab, and I'm like, look at the distance. Like, you're not getting your arms
and
anywhere
then what
near
happened
me.
is I just went, I was like, oh yeah.
So then we both did a bit of shadow boxing, and I just dropped in for a double leg. So I picked him up over my shoulder like that, and he's like, I choke you. I'm like, you can't fucking choke me from like, he's like hanging over my back like a kid.
I had him in a crank. That's what they call it, right? He don't want to admit it.
But then after I put him down afterwards, he's like, lad, I think I've pulled my groin.
Yeah, I did.
This is why you definitely get injured.
I said that's exactly why
we both, because you were breathing like you just gone up like K2 or some shit. I was like, my groin had gone. So it was cool though, because I said to Lindsay, I was like, babe, I'm out of action now. No sex for at least 6 weeks. I need to recover. So that gives me a bit of breathing room.
There's Lindsay's like sound. She opens a suitcase armory. Which one today?
The glowing golden dildo in the middle.
Oh no! These podcasts are messing.
It's just descended into chaos again. We're doing so well.
100 quid to charity straight away. Golden dildos, right? Josh, what's the main topic?
Let's move on. So today we're talking about our bucket lists.
The bucket list.
Because you two are so prepared, we have had you collate a list of your top 5 bucket list things you want to do in your life.
Yeah.
So let's go through them.
Pardon me. Am I going first or?
Yeah, you go first, mate. Yeah.
Bottom of my list. I kind of just thought about these about, I don't know, 5 minutes before we started. But we're going to try and rank them somewhat in ascending order, right? The things we kind of want to do to the thing we really want to do, yeah?
Yeah.
And you texting me, rate my takeaway then, mate.
Texting you now.
She loves that.
That dildo conversation got him inspired.
So number one on my bucket list is, this might sound a bit weird. I want to buy a sailboat, a boat that you sail, and learn how to sail. I don't think I could do it, honestly. I'm not really much for manual labour.
There's no chance.
Can you get boats that like can, you know, you can get hybrid cars like you can get ones that
itself.
no, you can sail them, but like if you get into shit, they've got an engine, so you can power sail them.
Why don't you get a motorboat? Why don't you get like a motor?
Yeah, but I want to learn the sailing bit.
You're so incompetent.
Haven't you seen like
honestly, you're like, you might as well have like just 5 thumbs on your hand. That's how incompetent you are. Like if you were to attempt to sail.
I'll tell you what, I'm a really quick learner. I'm good at learning stuff. I am, don't you can laugh about that. I'm really good at learning shit.
How long did it take you to open that dishwasher back when you and Lindsay got together? Because you couldn't suss it out.
That wasn't an issue. I'd never used
for 3 years.
I'd never used the dishwasher.
This machine.
I'd never used the dishwasher
there,
before.
like, putting his hand down. Like trying to get a cup out back. Lindsay!
You're living off that, aren't you?
Lindsay, I can't get my cup. No, you're not. I'm not buying
finished.
it.
The one skill that I have is I'm really quick at learning. I will be the first to admit I'm not great with like outdoorsy shit and manual labour. But like what I'm saying is, I like the idea of learning that. You know, when I've got a bit of free time, I've got, I think, significant strength and endurance to be able to do it.
You've seen Only Fools and Horses, George.
Yeah.
Uncle Albert. Imagine this guy when he goes all grey with his beret on his motorboat.
During the war. Yeah. I'd be happy to be like a Buster Merrifield later in life.
I think I can understand. Have you been at sea? Like, have you been on a cruise or like a trip?
I hate the idea
sea?
of cruise. I've been on I went on one of these times. Like, actually, one of the closest I've ever been to death was like we had these like I can't remember where we were, but we had these. I was somewhere would it be with my family because I was with Jen. We were in this little kind of, it was like a hovercraft thingy, imagine like a really small round powered boat, but not a boat really.
Yeah.
But it floated, and like you could just like rent them, like kind of sail, drive, whatever. And you were near like the pot, like on the beach, but they had quite large yachts going from this beach.
Yeah.
And I remember like Jen was like driving it. She could tell you if we get her on, right? Sister Beard. And she was like driving it and we were like in the path of this yacht. And I'm like, right, you need to move. And she was like, she panicked to the point. She just went, and started crying. I let go of the thing. So I had to try and get us out of the path of this yacht. And honestly, it was probably like from here to that wall away from this big yacht, right? We probably wouldn't have died. I just jumped off, right? But like, that was pretty scary. But yeah, I've been at sea before.
Did you enjoy the experience?
Yeah.
I think there's something like really peaceful about being at sea.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah. So, okay, maybe I'll leave the part about me learning to sail, right? I'll just buy a powerboat, right? And just go spend time out at sea. Is that cool?
I would love a yacht. I'd love like a yacht.
Expensive, aren't they? How expensive are they?
They say the best time of your life with owning a boat or a super yacht is when the day you buy it and then the day you sell it. That's how expensive they are. I mean, how mad's that?
But like the smallish ones, I'm not talking like a fucking huge yacht.
Yeah, but even the little ones are expensive. I bet you'll easily be £500,000 into like a little yacht. Yeah, like
I was thinking like
yacht.
80 grand or something for like a really small one.
No. You'd be talking hundreds of thousands of pounds. And then like you
go watch some of my videos.
but the maintenance of them, you know, like obviously the upkeep, maintenance, like servicing, hull cleans, like you better off just chartering.
And just get a catamaran. But they're half solid. But
I would love a yacht. I'd love to be able to, you know, it won't on my bucket list, but that would be on there to be able to charter a yacht for a week or so for a holiday. That'd be awesome.
It'd be sweet, wouldn't it? I mean, like that's just my. That was
a nice one. That was a good one. Mine's actually my first one on my bucket list is actually a physical challenge. Before I die, hopefully I've got a while left, even though I'm 30 in 2 weeks. If you want to send a card, we'll put the. I want to complete an Ironman. I'd like to.
I know that about you.
Yeah, I think that'd be a cool physical thing to try and do in my lifetime.
Tell people what an Ironman is for the people that don't know.
It's 2.4.
To me, it's a breakfast
I might let me double check, but I'm pretty sure it's a 2.4 mile swim,
It's a weird distance, isn't it? 2.4 miles. You ride up to 2.5.
Yeah, so I think it's a 2.4 mile swim. What the fuck's going on here?
He wants to do it, but he doesn't even know what it is.
110 mile bike and a full marathon. So that's 26.2 miles.
I've done it again.
So it's a massive
third
triathlon.
Yeah, it's a massive triathlon. Ironman distance.
I know a bloke who does quite a lot of those.
Yeah, 2.4 mile swim, 112 mile bike, and 26.2 mile run. So a full marathon.
Is it like an official thing, like in a certain place, or can you do it?
Yeah,
anywhere?
yeah. So Ironman's are like a brand.
Oh, right.
So
So like Tough Mudder.
Yeah, so that's like a triathlon. But yeah, it's Ironman is like the brand of it. So they do other ones, other brands, but I'd like to do it under the Ironman brand.
Do they do it in England, or do you have to go somewhere for it?
Yeah, they do them in England. They do them like in They do them all across the UK, like all over the place, because you can do like a half Ironman. But I just think that'd be a really cool thing to do, because I think you're probably going to be moving for between sort of 10 to 15 hours, depending on your ability. Some do it much quicker. Some do it like really quick, like the pros do it.
I know there's a competitive eater guy who's with a Major League Eating called Derek Jacobs. He's done a few of those.
Yeah.
He's like he's like a greyhound though, those super wiry people.
Yeah, that's the biggest off-put. I mean, obviously being a physical specimen like I am. Do you know what I mean?
This guy. You'd be done for, mate. Like, I thought you were probably quite physically fit, but you were blowing after picking me up. So I don't know how you're running for 15 hours.
We're going to have to do this. Like, we're going to have a fight. I'm going to have to...
I told you that, but the problem is the rules have to be so specific, because I don't want to get my perfect face fucked up. So I said you can't head punch, but then that leaves us we can only box like with body punches. And then if I get pissed off sufficiently, I'm just going to break the rules and end up smacking him in the face. So
I'd body punch. I'd take that action. Like a sparring match, just body only.
All right, maybe we'll sort that out.
We're going to do kicks as well.
If we hit 100,000 subscribers on this channel.
You need to just get you both in a boxing gym, put the gear on so that you're safe. You're not going to hurt each other.
Yeah.
All right, I need at least 6 months' notice so I can do like 3 cycles of steroids.
So yeah, that's on my list. It's the complete an Ironman on number 5 on my list.
I think you do that, mate.
Yeah, I think it's an achievable thing. The biggest problem is the time it takes to prepare. Because even when I was doing sprint triathlons, the amount of time I had to spend running and cycling was horrendous. Time on the bike or time on the road. So I mean, I can't imagine having a full time. The athletes that do complete Ironmans now that have got a full time job and a family, they can't see the family. They can't have a life or see the family.
You have to make sacrifices in life, don't you?
Yeah.
I think you'll do that, mate. You've got a determination to do it.
Ah, thanks, mate. Thanks for
put your
the
compliment
backing there. Yeah. Take it. What's number 4 on your list, mate?
Oh yeah, number 4 for me. I think doing it in ascending order is hard for me. I want to write a book. I'm gonna throw it in one that was gonna be higher up the list, but I'm just because I've forgotten the rest of the list. Basically, I'm gonna I would like to write a book. I'm not sure what.
Amazon bestseller.
No, I mean I'd want it to be like maybe I don't want it to be a particularly successful book. One of those like cult books that like. Not like fucking 50 Shades of... Oh, I've done it again. 50 Shades of Grey. Or something that goes like astronomical. Yeah. Like that. That was a really bad example, wasn't it? 50 Shades of Grey. Why did I say that? Yeah, so like a bit of a sleeper hit kind of thing. I don't know if it would be fictional or... Yeah. I wouldn't want to do an autobiography because like how interesting is my life, really, there are some good stories I could tell. Yeah. Maybe I could do like, when they get people playing fictionalized versions of themselves in TV shows. Yeah. Maybe I could do like an embellished version of my life story. I could change my name, but it would essentially be about an eccentric, not what's the word? Not typically good looking protagonist. But he appeals to some. No, I'm joking.
I can just imagine the casting now. So we'll have Ant Middleton play you, and then we'll get
who would be you in a movie. Like Lindsay asked me this the other day. I thought it was the best. It was the best little bit of small talk we've ever had. We've been together 10 years. We went on for about 25 minutes. I was like, that was a nice conversation. That baby. Can we do it again one time?
So go on, then. Who did she say should play you? What I was about to say is like. Whoever X person will play you, then you'll cast Emma Watson to play Mrs. Beard.
I'm not sure that would be accurate casting. Would it? I think Lynn said. I think she said Al Pacino would play me, which I thought was really good. Because like if you imagine me without a beard when I was about 25, I looked a bit like a young Al Pacino, and then when he gets older, he gets angrier. Yeah. And a bit more grizzled. So I thought it was quite a good one. I mean, obviously he's one of the best actors ever. So
Yeah, we're aiming high, aren't we?
Yeah,
On this
but-
budget film.
but no, your dream cast would be that, and obviously yours would be Rob Beckett because he looks identical to you,
Yeah, I like
or
it.
George Ezra if it was a musical version of your life.
You're the only person that gives me Rob Beckett.
Yeah.
I've heard George Ezra before. I've heard Freddie Flintoff before as like a, yeah.
No, you're more attractive than Flint.
I was thinking there's this guy, actor called Domhnall Gleeson. You won't know his name, but you know,
I know
you
him,
know
yeah.
what I mean?
I know like loads of like,
Seen
you
him in
know.
anything?
Yeah, he's in
Nah.
the Ex Machina, right? With about
It
the.
looks like your mate who does the YouTube videos. Ed, your mate Ed.
A little bit.
I don't. I mean, I'm not saying that, but yeah, he's in that.
I mean,
film.
he's ginger, like fully ginger.
He's a full ginger.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Ginger.
He's in that. He's in that. Can you say that, Gina?
Yeah, you can.
You can say that. I didn't. I mean, I just did say it, but like only to draw attention to the fact that George
You
probably
call me
shouldn't be saying
fucking
it.
ginger all the time.
Yeah, but like off air. I sent you. Have you seen that meme that I sent you? That easy gin. I sent it ages ago. Like Asda was selling this pot of something called Easy Ginger. So when you get a bit excited, I keep sending you like Easy Ginger.
The memes that I send you, we can't make public.
No, they're not like. Well, they're not that bad, but like.
They're not offensive. They're just
Moving on.
like,
So you're going to write a book, yeah?
Yeah, I think I would like to write a book. Yeah. I don't know how it would. It's a massive effort to write a book.
Yeah.
You know, but I think I could. I mean,
I struggle to write an email, man. I couldn't imagine.
But I feel like I have the tools, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I've got my degree is in English literature, so I should, if anything, I should be able to write a book. And I'm pretty creative. I just think it would be difficult, but I think like maybe when I'm older,
Yeah.
because a lot of successful authors become successful when they're older. You know, like even Stephen King, they weren't like well successful when they were, you know, in their 20s.
Yeah.
George R.R. Martin, you know, people like that, you know. I think I could do it, so maybe like I'll revisit that in later
I think
life.
it's like finding the time to do it, isn't it? Like
Yeah, it's a big
you couldn't do it right now, really.
big commitment. No, God no.
I think
barely
you-
does podcast.
I think you can pull that off, though. I reckon that's doable. I like it, mate.
Sweet.
Number 4 on my list. This might be on your list, though, as well. I want to learn, like I genuinely want to learn how to play an instrument. I'd like to learn how to play an
In
instrument.
fact, you just reminded me of another. Yeah,
Like properly play an instrument and actually play in a band. I know, like it was a kind of like a bucket list that we got to perform that show. You know, like we put on the live show. And
good George.
And
George is
Butcher.
getting flashbacks. He's getting all sweaty. He's like,
no, but like that experience for me, like I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed getting to go do rehearsals, even though I was playing like 4 notes.
rehearsals plural. Didn't we just do one fucking rehearsal?
We did 2, didn't we? Went to Pirate
Yeah, we
Studios
did 2.
twice.
Do we?
And so I would like to have more of a contribution to be able to like actually play an instrument. Bass seems the natural thing to try and continue. Hopefully in the new year, maybe I'll try and set aside some time to do that.
In case we do any more live performances.
Yeah.
Oh, in fact, I saw somebody in. I was in. You know, I filmed with Jen the other day.
Yeah.
Did that fish and chips thing.
Spoiler.
little sneak peek for you there. There's a video coming up with Sister Beard, right? Although people say it's chauvinist that I call that, even though it's just a laugh. Be like, oh, this dude is low key chauvinist. He says Mrs. Beard, Sister Beard. It's like, I'm not saying I own them. It's just like people. It's just supposed to be a laugh, right? Anyway, but we're in the afterwards. She was like, do you want to go to Cinnabon? Whole different story. But like, I said, yeah, go on then. And when I was there, somebody recognised me. So, can I get a picture? So yeah, he's like, can I ask you a question? Are you doing another live show? I was like, don't know, mate. Nobody's really asked me. He said, oh, yeah, because I missed. I really wanted to come, but I was in like Llandudno or something. Will you do another one? I said, we might do, mate. So yeah, keep practicing the bass is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Like again, it'd be good to do another live show. Our live show was actually so successful that the Happy Hour podcast are now going on tour. Clip that, George. Get it on Twitter. I'll tag Jack.
Why are you copying me? No, but theirs actually looks pretty plush, and they probably make money.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're going to make a lot of money. To be fair, they've got like 20 nights, I think,
Have they?
around the UK.
Fuck that, man. One was enough. I was done after that night.
I imagine they'll have a bit more of a team behind them to pull that to life. But
Probably be entertaining. But will they do a live song?
that's what I said on Twitter. That's what I said. Yeah, because
I've not been on Twitter for 3 days. I'm sick of it.
somebody tagged us in it, tagged me in it, and said, they might tag you in it as well. And said, are they copying you? And I said, only if they play a really shit song live.
I've been dreaming of a better white Christmas.
That's it. Daniel will listen to all the times that we've slagged him off on this podcast, and he'll be like, now then, guys, fuck you. I'm on the Happy Hour tour. Fuck.
He's super close-up camera angle.
Looking like Mr. Potato Head.
Spoiler alert, Danny was on the big screen for ours as well, so maybe he'll just do the round.
He did the kindness of sending us a video, didn't he?
He did. He's a team player.
He's a geezer, yeah.
So that's mine, mate, playing a band, like hopefully we can bring that to life. Again, these are all achievable.
George is just, I can see like how much he hates the idea of that.
George is such a talented
I know I'd be
musician.
involved.
He is, yeah.
It is such
My fucking nephew loves. Oh, I've done it again. That's 6 times I swore. There's no need for me to swear there. My nephew loves him, because he saw a bit of what we were filming the other day, and he saw George on the tubs. He's like, George is the best drummer ever. I'm like, well, no.
Jealous.
Yeah, because the only way I can get him to try and love me is by buying him stuff. So I just every time I turn up, I've got a toy, and he's like, sometimes he's like, oh, that's all right. Sometimes it's a good toy as well. And I'm like, what? That was like an 80 quid toy. Like, what, give me, love me.
What's number 4 on your list then?
3.
Oh, 3. Sorry, 3.
Well, actually, on a similar topic, I would like. It might just be interesting because what I want to learn. I want to learn how to play the saxophone because you know me, I'm not exactly a virtuoso, but I can actually play some instruments.
Yeah.
I can play the guitar. I can play drums a bit. Although you fall out with drums like too quickly. I think
What you mean, like if you don't use it, you lose it?
Yeah, with drums more than anything else, I think.
Oh, looking at George for like a nod. Is that true, George?
Well, like not picking up drums after a while.
Yeah.
I feel like you could not play guitar for 5 years. You still be able to play it. You might be not as good.
I think like I could pick up drums now when I can play it pretty well, but
Drums were the first
different.
instrument that he learned to play.
Yeah, so it's different, right?
Yeah.
The first thing I learned to play was guitar, right? So I feel like I'm not like ace at it or anything, but I'm passable, right? I can play most stuff. But if I don't play drums like I haven't for ages, really, I felt like I fall out of it because a lot of it's responsive, isn't it? Like if you hit a drum, like a snare drum, whatever, depending on like the kit, how it's tuned, how it's set up, you lose it a little bit, and I think you only become really familiar once you're playing the same setup all the time and whatnot. But I'd like to learn how to play the saxophone because I've never learned how to play a wind instrument before. And there's something about, they're really expensive though. I keep asking Linz for one for Christmas for the last 3 years. She hasn't bought me one yet. So I'm hoping this year. If you get, even a cheap one, they're about 400 quid.
Are they?
Yeah. But there's a technicality to them as well because they've got like, there isn't just a saxophone, right? There's different types of saxophone. And then you've got the whole spit valve thing. And that puts me off a bit. But I was going to say piano, but like I feel like I think that's too I think I'm just done now. I think it would take too much effort to learn that.
Yeah.
And I feel like in my head, saxophone is not easy to master, but I think it would be easy to look like you can play it. You play like some basic stuff.
Well, I'm like racking my brain. I'm pretty sure. Did you not play saxophone on the garlic bread song? I've got footage on the server. This footage.
Believe it or not.
You went for it as well. You look like you really knew what you were doing.
Right, because I'm good at blowing stuff, Josh. Good at wrapping my mouth around something and just getting down to business. But yeah, it was. I didn't know that was a mime. That was the only mime though in that video.
Very true.
A lot of people were like, oh, you can't play this, you can't play that. It'd be good if you played the actual chords. I was like, dickhead. Look at the flipping song. I'm playing it. But the saxophone, though, I did mime that part. Yeah.
Right. Next on then. So number 3 on my list. I've got take my family. So like my sister, my mum and dad, and obviously my family on an all expenses paid trip to like America and Disneyland. But I mean like go all out because I know that's something that like the family would enjoy. Tilly would enjoy it, which is a bit older. But like get like a baller villa, the best passes to get into all the parks, and just have like a couple of weeks out there. I think that like it's not we're not aiming too high. I think that's still very achievable on the bucket list.
Oh, yeah,
but I want to pay for it. I want to be the one that's like, I've got this. Flyers out there, nice villa, tickets. I imagine that's a lot of money.
Yeah, well, you've just spaffed like 80 grand on a new car. So you're getting there, aren't you? You are right. Is that a swear? That's probably not a swear, is it? I fully. That sounds like a waking nightmare to me. I cannot think of anything worse than being with especially if it included Lindsay's family, and we were overseas and we were going to theme parks, and I had paid for it all. That sounds like the worst day of my life. The worst series of Disney. I would never do that.
Okay,
but. It's nice to be able to treat your family if you've got like a little bit of money on the side, and I know you're not really materialist apart from you like Rolexes, but apart from that,
which I don't have by the way.
No, that's your one vice, right?
I should have put that on. Go on.
Do you? Oh,
I probably should have put that on. Put it on there.
What, buying a Rolex?
Yeah.
That's on your bucket list.
I bet that's on a lot of people's bucket lists.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Jesus Christ. That's blasphemy. Does that count? That's not a swear, is it? Yeah, so... but I think in many ways we're very different, but we're alike in the fact that we're not really that into buying shit, are we? You know, buying stuff. Sorry. But so it is nice now and then to like. But because we both come from working class families, don't we? They don't really. My family don't have much, really.
No,
so it's nice to treat them.
I think like because I'd much rather spend any money I'd make, I'd rather pay for an experience. You know, like that'd be my thing. Like
Than a thing.
One of my like things that I'm really happy about now, and this is like it's not massive, but when I do like a work trips, or obviously like I'm going Czech Republic this weekend, we work. They've paid for the flights, which were like 70 quid because it's Ryanair.
Oh God!
But just to upgrade my seats to like the extra leg room, so like the first row on the plane, he's like,
Because you're so tall, yeah.
he's like 20, 30 quid each way. So like it's a nice ability, and it's obviously a business expense to just go, I'm gonna have the nicest seats on the plane for 60 quid. So like,
could you go up to business class now?
they don't do business class.
Ryanair doesn't have. So this is a good person. Right?
I could probably buy myself a soggy ham and cheese sandwich for breakfast as well. So
It can't be any worse than the food.
it makes the experience better, doesn't it? That's what I'm trying to say.
For sure. How long have we been rolling, George?
47 minutes.
Wow.
Right, it's going to be a nice, concise one then. Which is good because we've got another one to do in a second. Do a quick wardrobe change. Is it me now?
Yeah, number 3, I think, or 2.
No, it's 2.
Number 2.
Oh, man. So number 1, what was I going to say number 1 was? I totally forgot what it was now. I'm getting like Alzheimer's or something. Oh, no, I know what number 1 was. Number 2, oh man. You know what I would really love to do? It's the same theme as before, but like I would love to go on tour with a band. I don't need to be like, I don't want to be in the front or whatever. Like I want to play, I think it would be ace to be in a band, right? And just be like one of the instrumentalists in the band, like play guitar, play bass, whatever, play drums. And like, I'd maybe even be in disguise. Remember like Buckethead from what was that band who used to wear a KFC bucket on his head? Anyway, or a mask like Ghost or Slipknot or whatever. I don't want like any kudos for it. Just be in the band and like go on tour. Because I know it's loads of hard work. People think it's like it probably is glamorous if you're like Mariah Carey or whatnot. But if you're like a bottom of the rung band, or even just like a decent band, right? These days it's so prohibitively expensive to do tours. That's why live music's kind of dying. But I think it'd be ace to just be in a band, play some small venues, and just do that. I think that would be, because I've always been into music, right?
Yeah.
I would love to just like be in a band and like play gigs.
Totally. I reckon that's it's achievable, isn't it? Like you've got this ability, maybe not as of today, but like if you practiced, you could definitely do it. So again, like you might get.
What do you reckon, George?
I think speaking from experience, like the actual gigging part is the fun part when you're on stage.
Yeah.
All the stuff around it is like not as glamorous.
Well,
as
like lifting gear,
heavy gear, and usually like if it's like an upstairs venue or something, you have to like lug it upstairs.
This prick can do that. Look at him.
Make it like I'm a diva. I've got the facilities to do it. Unlike you.
or you'll get to a place. Say if you're the drummer,
yeah,
you'll get to a place and the drummer of the headline band or something, if you're one of the support bands, will say, "Oh yeah, I'll provide drum kit. I'll provide this, that, and other." And you get there and it's like, "Oh no, I'm only providing this." And then you're like, you've only brought half of the stuff you need, and then you're like,
you have to go unplugged.
Stuffed.
Pull out your what you call it,
cajon.
Cajon, yeah.
Cajon.
Yeah. Well, I'm giving it the proper pronunciation, George. It's not a cajon, is it? So yeah, I think I would love to do that. Like maybe in later life. Although, like, I think people find it harder to be. I don't want to be successful, but I think they find it hard to be accepted as an older musician, don't they? Unless you're playing pubs.
I think it's probably more fun to do like session musician stuff because then you only have to think about
what's a session musician.
Really. Somebody's just paid to perform. It's not in a band.
You're not part of the band. You just rock up. You know the songs because you've practiced them at home on your own or in rehearsals.
Yeah.
You rock up. You play. The band just pay you. That's probably the best way because. Oftentimes when you do like tours and stuff, like support slots, you don't really get paid.
Yeah, but I think what I'm getting at is I would like that the camaraderie of being like in a band, right?
Yeah.
And
you're like David Brent goes on tour.
I've never watched The Office. I mean, I've seen clips, but I don't know if that's a bad thing. But I think that would be a cool thing to do. I wouldn't want to earn money from it or anything like that. No. Maybe when I'm older and I fully like quit. Like, do you remember the Garlic Bread song, right? That was a cover of the Mystery Jet song, Two Doors Down. And the fun story about them was I think one of the music, I don't know if it was the bassist or guitarist left just as they were kind of getting big, and they had this big tour booked, and the lead singer Blaine, he got his dad to fill in and do bass guitar, which you would feel there'd be some kind of stigma about that, right? You'd be like, oh, it's not cool to have your dad on stage. But I think that must have been the best thing. Imagine his dad.
I've done that.
Yeah?
He gigs with his dad all the time.
Yeah.
That must be ace. Like, but imagine being on tour, like a multi-date UK tour with your dad.
Yeah.
I think that'd be so cool. So like maybe if I'm older, have a kid and he's like musically successful, I'll just be like, look, I'll fill in for you. I'll put on a mask so you don't know how old I am. And we'd be cool. So yeah, I think that'd be a good thing to do.
I like it, mate. That was good. All right, so number 2 on my list then. It sort of follows with the one that I just said before, but I'd really like to have a flight on a private jet. I think that'd be like / own a private jet, but I think we're aiming a bit too high.
You've been watching too many of those entrepreneur videos, man. Wishful identification.
I just can't, like, because flying on a commercial plane is just not fun. I've not flown business class or first class like you do, or private as you also do.
I'd definitely do that.
But I think flying private would be pretty cool, maybe.
That's on your bucket list.
Yeah, I think
things to do in your life. Fly in a private jet.
Yeah, like on a long haul flight where it's like a nice experience, rather than just sat like.
I mean, business class pretty. It's all right.
Swish?
Yeah, so the only part that's not that nice about it is the fact that you go through the red tape of the ID stuff, which you're still gonna have to do in a private jet.
Nah, you go into like lounges and
you get a lounge in business class.
No, you get like private, like celebrity private lounge, don't you?
Yeah, but you still have to. What I'm saying is like you still have to go through the process of you checking your luggage in. That's the ball.
There'll be somebody that does it for you. You'll get like a backdoor entrance.
You've still got to prove that you are who you are.
Have you not listened to Andrew Tate?
Oh, don't get me started, man.
Right, anyway, just bring this back. That's an experience that I would like to try and experience.
Who might say that? I thought you were going to be like bungee jumping, fucking.
I've done a lot of stuff in my life though. Like, when you said this, I'm thinking, I mean, both you and I live like we've both gone for broke as far as like trying to live as lives outside of the norm. So I mean, I feel like I've had about 3 lifetimes already, and like I said, I'm 30 in 2 weeks.
It's nice to be in that position, though, don't you think? Because I think if I died tomorrow, I don't want to die tomorrow, but if I did, I wouldn't have any regrets. I wouldn't be like, oh man, I wish I'd done this.
No.
I'd feel like I'd made good use of 37 years on Earth, which a lot of people, I think, even when they're retired, haven't been able to do that.
And I agree with that. Like, I look at my life as it stands now, and like we are, like, or as I am, living the sort of dream as I saw it, like 4 years ago. So I had a good run in the Navy, got to travel the world, meet people, do mad shit, ride jet skis, and all that sort of fun stuff that you do. Now I've got a family, I've got a little girl. Like, I've ticked so many boxes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm physically like enjoying the journey as it stands. Still going for it, but I think that's something that needs to be acknowledged. I think it's cool that we get to sit here and chat shit every week in a cold studio.
Absolutely, yeah. It's not even got any warmer. I thought I'd be like piping hot. I'm just gonna keep this on for the second one. Yeah, I mean, I thought you'd be doing some more extreme shit, like maybe skiing. I don't know if you've already.
But I've done all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've done quite a lot of. Like, when we eventually do my career episode, and I can sort of elaborate further, I've done some mad shit, man. When we had like I said before, when we were on ship, we've had special forces. Like, I've literally witnessed stuff that looks like stuff out of James Bond, and you're like, what world are we in? Yeah. So like that's why I was sort of really struggling with this like bucket list idea, because I try to live the bucket list.
What's that thing where they have the wingsuiting? Have you done that?
No.
Maybe that could be the next.
They jumped out of an airplane or a helicopter and parachuted, and
I've not done parachuting. I'm not a really confident flyer. I don't like it. Helicopters. I've been in helicopters as well. I'd never go in one ever again because I've been on them on ship loads, and they're just terrifying. Right. And they were always broken down. So if I've done, I don't know, fucking 8 deployments, every single time we had a helicopter on ship, it broke down.
That's the thing about like planes, right? Planes.
So what happened when they broke down then?
They just can't. So they'll obviously come with like a team of engineers. So there's the pilots, then the team of engineers, and they'll just constantly trying to fix it. Right. And then like we did one, I'm sure we did like a 4-month deployment, and they just had to like get a crane and just crane it off the ship.
Oh
it just
didn't work. That's the thing with like a plane, even like a big commercial plane. Yeah. If both engines go, the pilot might have the skill if you're within distance to glide it in. You can still glide them in, right? in helicopter breaks, you're literally just in a box falling out of the sky.
Mate, it's so
straight down.
It's so scary.
Who came up with them?
We'll talk. I've got some pictures. We could probably overlay, but like we're in the Caribbean a few years ago, and we had a Lynx helicopter. So they've been decommissioned now. These Lynx helicopters, and the pilots, the 2 pilots were officers, so I got to know them. And this fucking thing were broken down loads. We eventually got to, I think it was Curacao in Caribbean, and or Dominican Republic. And they were like, they need to do some test flights. So it was like
Just one flying overhead now.
they need to do some test flights. So they were like, do you fancy it? And I'm like, fuck no. But I'd got to know the pilots. I like trusted them, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine because they're pilots. They just want to fly. And I'm like, I don't ever want to get an helicopter again. They're like, come on.
I'm not scared of flying, but like helicopters, I'm just opposed to.
So I asked that question. I said, like, what happens, right? Engine switches off, what happens? And they're like, well, you know, we can glide a little bit. And I'm like, can you bollocks? And they're like, what they do is if it cuts off, they've got to change the trim of the blade. So they basically just let it fall. And then before it hits the water and explodes into a million pieces, they change the trim, which sort of causes it to catch itself because the blade's still spinning.
Yeah.
And that was their explanation of how it's survivable. And I'm like, there's a lot of moving parts there for one of you two to just know exactly when on this rickety old Lynx helicopter, what altitude you need to like pull this thing to change the trim. I was like, so sure enough, I went out in it anyway, and it was terrifying. I did this thing where they like went up and stalled it, then dropped it down vertical, like towards sea.
I feel like helicopters are one of those things like
knickers afterwards.
Yeah, I can imagine. They're like fucking hot air balloons or something. You know, it's stuff that just shouldn't exist anymore. Like we've tried that out. Like no blimps and all that. Like come on, let's move on. Planes are all right, but nah, man,
It's awful, mate.
Should we play a Breaking Beard? Right, so in today's Breaking Beard, at the minute, Josh is totally in the green zone. You've not lost a single one. And Adam, you are 2 steps.
People are complaining as well,
because they're so heavily weighted towards you.
Yeah.
You've got kids to real pursuit.
I don't write these questions, man.
Yeah, so people have been complaining. So this week, I've actually made it a little bit fairer. So we have different segments of different topics. So I've got TV, history, sports, science, literature, and music. And you can pick your question this week.
You know what's funny about this is now that last week we did the fucking forfeit, didn't we? Like we did, like
Basically,
before we were like,
we're gonna have to make the forfeit worse than that.
I should get a play. I should move up one just for doing all that shit last week.
Move up a place, do it on this. Can we pay for the graphic?
Yeah.
We're going
the right way. Which way is it? Which way is it, that way or this way?
That way's good, isn't it?
That way.
That way.
There we go. There you go, mate. You can have that for eating a tarantula.
Right, so can I can draw level by winning this then today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that anyway. We lose track. George will sort it out fix it in post.
I hope people at home don't take it as seriously.
We still haven't actually got a forfeit, so if people want to keep commenting, you know, we need.
I'll put it to the patrons. I'll put it to the. If you want to make a contribution to what the forfeit should be, you need to be on Patreon.
Yep.
You absolute. Can I say that? Probably can't. Can I? Got that part, George.
I'll just bleep it.
Extorting people.
So,
This guy, he's like, oh, we're here at 8 o'clock. He didn't walk through the door till 9:30. Lad, I've just done 47, what do they call it?
Cameos.
Lad, I've just done 47 cameos in my car. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I've been sat there since 8 o'clock. Fucking, and he's like, all high and mighty, like, oh, yeah, Patreon. He's like, but he's up there with Floyd Mayweather, what he makes on fucking cameo.
You're joking, man. I charge the minimum possible and deliver
so do we on Patreon.
quality.
Yeah, well, so do we. That's what our
We
Patreon
deliver
is.
quality.
We do, yeah.
We deliver quality.
This is top-notch content, mate.
You say
Polished.
so. All right, come on. We've been really lean with this, and now we're dragging it out. Come on.
It's already an hour in.
Yeah. Who wants the first question then?
Me.
Okay, so what category do you want? Do you want
What were the categories again?
TV, history, sports, science, literature,
Sport.
music.
Please.
Sport.
Just because I'm leaving Josh with literature.
Okay.
That's a tactic.
Okay, so
Oh,
today's
does that mean
question.
so if we like lose the category then? So
Yeah.
if I say I want sport, what did you say? Do you want sport?
You want
Yeah.
sport.
Oh right, I can't then
So
say
you
sport.
can't say sport. So the sports question this week is: what's the only sport to be played on the moon? Is it football,
Golf.
or bowls?
Golf. Bonus point because I got it without the fucking options.
No bonus points here, Sonny Jim.
No boner. You're right there. Yeah, it's golf.
No boner. You brought that up yesterday. Was it yesterday? Or that today?
It brings it up every week.
Yesterday, because you called me whiskey dick.
I'm not going to talk about it, actually.
Okay, so final answer, golf.
Yes.
It is golf.
Keep meaning to get back. I used to play golf when I was little.
We'll play next year.
Yeah?
We'll have a go, yeah.
I'll be shocking at it. We got to get a buggy though. I can't deal with all the walking.
Okay, so that's 1-0 to Beard. Josh,
Yes.
what are you having? TV, history, science, literature, or music?
TV.
TV. Okay. What is the most watched show on Netflix with over 1.6 billion
Squid Games.
hours? Is it Squid Game, Friends, or Stranger Things Series 4?
Squid Game.
Are you locking that in?
Yeah.
It's Squid Game, yeah, it's Squid Game.
I never saw it. Never had the inclination to.
It was good.
But I know it was.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
So 1-1.
Did I get a bonus? Oh, I said it.
Because I
we
didn't.
were fucking on fire today.
All right, stop swearing, man.
Bleep it out, Raj.
Adam, which topic? History, science, literature, or music? That's what you got left.
Music, because I know that's what Josh wants next. Ooh. Hope it's not
I
about
wanted
machine.
literature.
Hope it's not about Machine Gun Kelly.
I had a bit cow with me yesterday. I played
It was like some weird paradox. Like he's in like this tactical looking military Land Rover Defender, and he's playing this dog shit Machine Gun Kelly song. I'm like, oh my days, who listens to this?
Okay, so which singer is godmother to Elton John's 2 sons? Is it Madonna, Taylor Swift, or Lady Gaga?
I'd have to say generationally, it makes more sense that it's Madonna. I guess Madonna.
Locking it in?
Yeah. Ah, bummer.
Lady Gaga.
Actually, Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I'd have gone Lady Gaga.
That would have been my second goal. I just thought like, I don't know. I just thought it would more like it be Madonna. I don't know. Like a virgin. Hey. What's your favorite Madonna song? The caffeine's just hitting me. Like a prayer.
Like a prayer.
I'm between that and Papa Don't Preach. That was Madonna, right? Yeah. Papa Don't Preach. I'm in trouble deep. Quite like the Kelly Osbourne version as well. There's still something in this, mate.
We should get these next time.
I think it's my body. It's kind of starting to get there.
Yeah.
You're having them cocaine-laced bugs.
Yeah, the Colombian crickets.
Okay, so Josh,
Get raided.
Josh, we've got history, science, or literature left.
Science.
Science. Okay, the science question is, how many hearts does an octopus have? Is it 1, 2, or 3?
2.
Final answer?
Yeah.
It's 3.
Fuck, I knew it was like a...
How can you possibly need 3 hearts? They must be really
Apparently,
caring creatures.
An octopus's 3 hearts have slightly different roles. One heart circulates blood around the body, while the other 2 pump it past the gills to pick up oxygen.
Interesting, and we're learning today, kids.
Yeah, didn't know that.
There you go.
So what's the score so far? So
Well,
still 1-1.
1-1,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
I need to end this like with one more point than you, really, to get back on level
you
terms.
pick like your favourite one now.
Yeah, what?
So we've got history or literature left.
Oh God, literature's got to be. Just I was going to leave you with that, but like history is like I'm pretty bad with it.
Okay, so we'll go for this one here. In Shakespeare's tragedy Romeo and Juliet, what is Romeo's last name? Is it Capulet,
Montague.
Montague, or Benvolio?
Montague.
It is Montague.
What a boy.
2-1 Beard.
That's quite easy, though.
Okay.
Would you have got that?
No.
I don't know why they still teach Shakespeare at school, man.
Yeah.
That probably was my favourite one, though.
Okay, so you've moved closer to Josh already. We did that.
Yeah,
So
and then
now if you answer this incorrectly,
we're on level terms.
you're on... No, because you would win. So you would actually go ahead of
Yeah,
him.
but he's 2 ahead of me, isn't he? So moved 1 further. I managed to get so complicated.
Yeah.
You'd be level. Okay, so you've got history left. You've got no choice in the matter here.
That's why
Josh.
people join Patreon, because the production value.
Because they desperately want more production value.
Yeah. So what was the first university founded in the USA? Was it Yale, Stanford, or Harvard?
I don't know. I'm probably going to say Stanford. Just as I'm taking a guess.
Are you locking that in?
Yeah, I'll lock that in.
It was Harvard.
Right. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no way of me knowing that.
Yeah, so you're on level playing field now.
Well done, Sonny Jim.
mate. It's a weak handshake. So number one on my list, right? Which you keep laughing at, especially after yesterday. But I would like to try, I've said this a few times, I would like to try some low-grade acting, just to see if I could do it. Not for the sake of fame, not for the money, whatever. Maybe they just get me in, like, as the long-lost Dingle on Emmerdale, because I look the part. And I just to see if I can do it.
Yeah.
Because there are lots of things I've done in life, I think, that I did because I wanted to know if I was capable of doing it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I'm motivated by stuff like that. And I think I could be all right. I need a bit of direction, some lessons and whatnot on like how to do it, right? Maybe memorizing the lines. So it'd have to be like TV or film acting, not like, theatre. I'd be no good at that.
Oh, I can imagine how hard that is.
I know. Especially something like Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, if you fluff your lines doing, I don't know, like an Inspector Calls or something that was, a famous play like in the 1900s, you're using it's how you speak pretty much. Nobody's like going to riff a list of Shakespearean phrases, or they have to forget their line. You can't just say, oh, where are we going next? Down the pub. So I think
Downeth the pubeth.
Yeah, well, you could do it like that, yeah. But I think I would be capable of doing it. I think I could, and I don't mean just like comedic acting. I think I could do some dramatic stuff.
Can I make a few requests then?
Yeah.
Like just to test you.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was on your list, but I've seen that you do take direction.
Yeah.
And what I would say that you might struggle with, can you give me a best sort of emotional scene?
What, right now?
Yeah. I'm not expecting tears. I just need to see it in your face that you're upset.
I don't think I can do it in this environment though, because I can. I know you.
Let me build a scene. Right. Look, this is what you could do, you fucking prick. Right. So, it's a dark winter's night. You sat at home, and you found out that your little puppy dog has passed away.
I wouldn't give a shit
It's your
about that. I'm not a dog person. You need to set this up different.
Give a shit.
Right. Okay.
Fuck's sake. What does he give a shit about?
I don't know. Right. I'll go again. Right. It's a dark winter's night. You sat at home. It's Sunday night. You're just about to put your post out on Instagram. The video's about to go live, and you find out YouTube have deleted your channel.
I mean, even that.
This is why you get to be an actor.
Oh god.
Right. What do you really care about?
I think can we revisit this at a later time? Prove this like a later point, because I did say I would need a little bit of direction, a little bit of like. let me come back to you.
It's a dark winter's night.
Oh god.
It's a dark.
No, we're at the end of this podcast. I'm wasting on energy now. I'm not doing this.
It's a dark winter's night, Vid. It's a dark winter's night.
Okay.
And you get a call from Josh's missus Danielle. Say, oh, Josh's.
Not you again, Danielle. Fucking hell. Josh is going to find out.
Josh has fallen ill. They're saying he's got 10 days to live. You've got no podcast partner.
You're just trying to make this funny now, though, by saying stuff like that. Say, well, Danielle, if Josh was a dear friend of mine, and if you and Tilly need any help, I'm doing all right now. So. That was all right, so you fucked it up. I reckon I could do it. I think I could even make myself cry if I had to, just not with you two here. I probably couldn't make myself cry. Probably cried about 4 times in my life. I'm emotionally dead.
You are dead inside. That's why you watch the videos that we said in the horror. What were it?
Yeah,
of the week.
I don't know.
Them weird films. Anyway, remember when I said like
Cats
I need to
getting
feel
dismembered.
something?
Oh, terrifying.
Cats getting murdered or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I do think you could probably do it. I think you could do a bit of acting.
Maybe comedic acting would be my wheelhouse, but I think I could do
Yeah.
I think I could do it.
I think you've got it.
Maybe what we'll do is. This is a bit of a tangent, right? But Lindsay's ex-boyfriend, right? I'm only messing. He looks like Chesney from Coronation Street. Apparently, she used to go around his house for Christmas, right? And they would do like Amdram, like they'd do like a play.
Oh yeah.
But act it out between them.
That sounds awful.
Doesn't it, right? Yeah. But I think we could do that, right? Bring that in one day. We'll have like a little 10-minute section of the podcast. We'll act out a play,
yeah,
and try and give it our best. Because then if we've got some material, it'd be like when they do a show, they actually do like a table read.
Yep. Yeah.
To give it everything. We'll do that. I'll look up the play. I'll get something.
What's the old show now that they used to do where they used to improv all the time? So they used to give them like a scene or something, and there's like four of them, and they have to improv it.
Like Mock the Week?
I was going to say, didn't they do that on Mock the Week?
It was something before that. It came before.
Anyway, we'll do that. What's your number one?
Strangely, it's actually quite. It's not. It's quite kind of close to what you've just said. So on my list is to make / present a Top Gear style documentary
About cars.
No. Like, it wouldn't be the main topic would not be the cars. But what I remember for all my life when I watched Top Gear, when it was Jeremy Clarkson, Hammond, and me.
I always hated it, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Like the banter that they had, like that to me looked like the dream job. Like when you watch them episodes, it was like they were living the dream when they were doing like the traveling in like a supercar with the mates, having a laugh, just fucking about and making a documentary, but being a presenter,
crashing into trees,
crashing into the mate. Like that to me looked like the dream job.
Yeah,
and I think that'd be so cool to like. Maybe me and you could do it. We'll like.
I'm with you on the documentaries part. I just don't really care about cars.
Yeah, the cars. I mean, it's
you mean like the trip with Steve Coogan and
yeah, like a trip. You know.
Yeah, like Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon.
If you two did a documentary where you just go traveling and like, let's say you tried to survive in a jungle,
one of us isn't coming back alive.
So fair to see.
Yeah, maybe like Gino, Fred, and Gordon.
Yeah, so like that style. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like a buddy trip style.
Yeah,
thing. Yeah. I love that thing with Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon, the trip.
Yeah.
I would love to do something like that. And you're in the car, you're traveling, you're just talking nonsense in the car. Yeah, totally.
I think that'd be like the dream. Like that to me, that would be such an achievement to be able to just experience that, to be paid to just not even a lot of money. In fact, if a production company wants to commission this, we'll do it for free.
We'll do it for you. Just rig all the cameras up and all that.
Yeah, you just send us somewhere.
And how many series did they do of that?
Lots, like
they did like 20 odd or something.
Yeah, even Gino, Fred, and what's his face? Like they've done like. I don't know
what this is he's talking about. Who's Gino Fred?
What did they call it? So Gino De Campo, Fred.
Oh, the chef.
The French guy.
I thought you were saying Gino Fred as in that person's name.
And Gordon Ramsay.
Sounds like a footballer.
Like that style of trip, I think would be amazing. So like that's what I would like. That's on top of my bucket list is doing something.
I reckon you could do it. You could make that happen though. Like if you had enough spare cash, like to pay a production crew or whatever.
And spare time.
Yeah.
Yeah, which you don't have, but
maybe we like
you could dream.
If we can push our if we can push our brands outside of personal brands outside of the YouTube barrier,
stop losing vast amounts of money on this podcast,
and stop hemorrhaging money on this podcast.
You could take him to an Octagon event in Czech Republic.
Yeah,
that'd be a good start.
That would be good.
Well, I go to the event. Well, I keep saying get me a ticket.
Yeah, but we could road trip it. We could road trip from the UK.
I'm totally for that. I don't mind like just driving, like just seeing what shit happens.
Maybe we should just do it ourselves. Maybe we should just do it. Like we'll low budget it for YouTube.
You should go like a couple of days before the event, do a bit of a road trip.
We drive there, and then drive all the way there.
Yeah,
down to Calais and all that.
Yeah. You
could do that because like even on TV shows they use GoPros for a lot of in-car stuff. I'm up for it, man. Yeah, I'm game.
Maybe we should do it. Let us know in the comments if you fancy that. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Can we get Tory Mike with us to film it? You like direct a bit of it or something.
Yeah, we'll take Tory Mike. But
then we're gonna have to get really good hotels because it's just Tory Mike. We can't just slum it, can we? Who's coming with us?
we'll take Blewett. We'll take the Blewett brothers.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
They'll camp outside a road. So yeah, that's top of my list, mate. Making one of those types of shows, like being a presenter or the the person to enjoy it.
It was worth the 4 before it to get to a good one. Yeah.
And that's that. That's another episode under his belt.
Another one in the bag.
Enjoyed that one, mate.
How long was that one?
An hour and 16.
That was a surprising episode. That were enjoyable.
I liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, my abs are hurting from laughing a bit.
the creeper. Right, thank you everybody for listening and for watching and supporting as you have been doing.
Thanks especially to all the patrons.
Absolutely,
patrons on Patreon. That makes more sense grammatically.
Yeah.
But thank you for it. It really does help. Well, it helps Josh more because he pays for most of the stuff, but it does help. Thank you.
See you next week.
Peace.